We welcome you to Washington and Starfire Sports Complex as Tacoma Defiance gets ready to take on LAFC 2, looking for its first win over LAFC 2. Two of the hottest teams in MLS Next Pro squaring off here today as LAFC 2 has started with 2 wins and a draw. Tacoma Defiance, 2 wins and a loss so far this season. I'm Michael Watring with our entire crew. Excited to have you on board for this matchup here tonight. It is Tacoma with 6 points, among the top teams in the Western Conference entering the weekend. LAFC 2 already 2 wins, halfway to their entire 2023 season output. Tacoma has never beaten LAFC 2, a loss and a draw last season. LAFC 2 coming off of a draw, but a penalty shootout victory against Colorado Rapids 2, as they hadn't won one in their MLS Next Pro history. As we get ready to take a look at the starting 11s, or check that, it's the standings rather, as we take a look at the Western Conference side. It is LAFC 2, as I mentioned. Number 2, how about Ventura County? Still the last remaining undefeated team in MLS Next Pro. 6 points apiece for Tacoma and Whitecaps 2 so far. Everybody trying to track down the teams from LA, however, and LAFC 2 and Ventura County. Tacoma just coming off of that 5-2 loss against Ventura County last week, tries to bounce back against LAFC 2 here today. Good to have you on board with us as we take a glance at Tacoma's starting 11 here today. And Osase de Rosario, coming off of a goal against Ventura County. Gets the start at the top of this lineup. Jacob Castro gave up those 5 goals, albeit Ventura County did really well in that matchup. Every goal in that one had an assist. Very difficult work for the goalkeepers in that one for Tacoma Defiance. That is their starting 11 here today, with Soto Kitahara right back into the 11. On the other side for LAFC 2, it's perhaps the youngest group in the entire league. 13 teenagers have played already this season, and here's your starting 11 today. David Ochoa, the oldest man on the roster at 23 years young. 40 career MLS appearances with the first team in Real Salt Lake was the chunk of his time. He gets the start in goal. Coach Junior Gonzalez talked about his leadership skills, particularly with the younger group out in front of him here today, as LAFC 2 and this youthful side, all but 3 of their players are in their teams for selection here today. 7 teenagers in the starting 11 for LAFC 2. It's LAFC 2 out in the whites, while Tacoma trots out the darker jerseys for this matchup here today. Will it be a high-flying, high-scoring affair between these two sides like it was last week in Tacoma's match? Or will we get a defensive battle, as we saw with LAFC 2 and Colorado Rapids 2? We're underway here on a Sunday in match week number 4 in MLS Next Pro. Michael Watring with you, our entire crew, inviting you to come in and hang out with us here on a Sunday evening, on the West Coast. The Roma retreating. It's a very experienced Tacoma Defiance group in totality. I mentioned the youthful exuberance that LAFC 2 has. This is a Tacoma Defiance group that is much more senior-laden. Stuart Hawkins at 17 years old, getting the start as one of the defenders, is the only teenager in the starting 11 for Coach Hervé Diesse. Slipping to the ground here. Playing conditions pretty solid today. You can see the turf field. A little chilly, as you would expect this time of year in the Pacific Northwest. Overlapping run on the right-hand side. Bounces off a defender, goes out, and a first corner of our matchup comes right here. Junior Gonzalez just joined the team about 9 weeks ago, the head coach for LAFC 2. Loves the competitive nature of his unit so far this year, understanding the development phase that he has to work with. Corner kick taken short, and it gets intercepted immediately. Alert to it was Paul Rothrock. Has shifted back and forth between Next Pro and MLS in the last couple seasons. One thing we know about Tacoma is they will score. They put up double-digit goals in 10 of their last 11, dating back to last season. LAFC 2 on the other side did not win a shootout last season, and that was one of the things that Junior Gonzalez was very appreciative of, showing that maturation despite the young group getting a PK shootout right out of the gates against Rapids 2 in a tough environment in that altitude, understanding that it's not an easy place to play, understanding that it is a quality side, also seeing his team fall behind. Here's an opportunity early for LAFC 2, and it whistles wide left in the end. But that was fine work as that ball rolled all the way in, and in the end, that ball finds the feet and splices wide. Quickly back on the ball. Here's LAFC 2. And that ball ends up being a foul. Bounced out. Long, lengthy sprint. Bombino throws it through the middle. Pretty good retraction work there by Jonathan Bell, 26 years of age. A former top 40 pick by San Jose Earthquakes. Bombino. It's given away promptly. LAFC 2 with 2 wins already this season. They didn't win their second match of 2023 until July 9th. Deep in the corners. Coming away with it is Musto. Bounces around, still loose, now picked up Evans. Bombino. So, retreats and recycles. All right, retreats. 21-year-old Cary, North Carolina, making his way to the West Coast. Needs to adjust that cleat. His team gives him time to do so. Bombino, the 17-year-old from Santa Clarita, California. There are opportunities aplenty to grow in MLS Next Pro, as well as what happened in the Generations Adidas Cup. Ball goes out deep for a throw. Philadelphia Union won the U17 bracket, back-to-back winners. They beat LA Galaxy in a shootout. Chicago Fire winning the U15 championship over SKC. Inter Miami taking down LAFC in the premier bracket of the U17s. Here's a loft in. Bombino throws it away. The Roma right back on it. The Roma in space along the touchline. It gets bounced out in the end. Tacoma on the front foot. Ball winds up on a nice overlapping run, but it just does elude the foot, trickling out of play. back at last week for Tacoma first and foremost. Ventura County 5-2 loss in that one. The biggest takeaway was there was a bit of a lapse at times in individual performances, according to Hervé Diese. He didn't think that the group saw a 3-1 differential at halftime to be a difficult mountain with the way that they were able to score. Felt as if they completed some of their shots, as here's a takeaway. Rothrock's pass gets punched away. It felt that they had more than enough chances, and if they were able to finish those, they would have won the match. Rienzi tosses it in. Natashe flings it in. It was a slicing ball that got over the top. Nobody makes that run in the end. There's a ball through the middle. The flag, though, does go up here in the end. Already seeing some lines being split here from Leonardo Flores, Mexican native, Monterrey to be exact. 7 goals in his next pro tenure. Has won this season already. He forces a giveaway. Bombino. Salas goes to the right side. Out of his, the intended target. Recycling, Cosa Rienzi. On that one to find Rothrock, but they could go quickly here. Throw in lofted for Rothrock. Uses his body, but not too much there in the backside, and a foul whistle. Rothrock, 25 years of age, collegiate career at both Notre Dame and Georgetown, but a Seattle native. Back in the Sounders organization. There have been 11 teams this season that have allowed at least 6 goals. Only 2 have more than 6 points. Tacoma with 6, and Inter Miami 2 has 7. So the high goal scoring volume that they've conceded hasn't necessarily taken away from their point distribution. Rienzi. 10th minute of play, no score between Tacoma and LAFC. Defiance losing in regulation in one of the matches, getting a draw in the other, picking up the extra point in PKs in the 2 matches these 2 teams played in 2023. LAFC 2 looking for its 3rd win of the season. It took until match 17 for them to do that last year. And that was that 2-1 win over Tacoma at home. Really good ball here along that left-hand side, jockeying for position. It is thrown in. De Rosario unable to hold on to it long enough for Tacoma. LAFC 2 breaks away for just a moment, but Cosa Rienzi takes it back. Roma slings it to Badache. Sprint on now, at least for the moment, but a foul is given. Thomas Musto, the Hawaiian native, runs into Sukanome. Roma stands over the top. Will Tacoma try to set something up? No, it looks like they'll go fast. Kitahara. No Roma once more. Picks out Kitahara back in the lineup. This ball ends up working if it can slow down enough, and indeed it does for De Rosario. Rothrock, though, unable to hold on to it. It is difficult on these field turf playing facilities to hold on to possession at times with how the ball bounces around. DeRoma tries to step up and take it away. Instead, Kitahara back on it. Spins around and works it backwards. And a foul whistle. There wasn't a lot there in the end. Radovic, the 18-year-old, on DeRoma's backside. Here's Rothrock. DeRoma. Rothrock, the intended target, unable to hold on. Been a good spell here for Tacoma. Looking for a shot attempt, however. They will get a throw. Deep in enemy territory. Only one shot so far. It came in the 3rd minute from Flores of LAFC. Jonathan Bell. Latashe had it hit his hand. And now a booking as well. The captain for Tacoma gets booked here for a little bit of time wasting. The essay said that he's an extension of the coaching staff's voice on the pitch. There, perhaps a little too much as he goes in the books with our first yellow of the day. Getting more physicality on that side, knocking him over. Junior Gonzalez knocked him out the Rapids 2 match. Thought that his team was well organized. Closing out that game and getting that extra point, critical. Lesson learned. In reflection of that match within this group. That if you're going to come away with points on the road, you might as well make it 2 instead of just 1. It is a team, as I mentioned, with 7 teenagers in the starting 11. That's being forced into these positions in this professional league, and part of the reason why MLS Next Pro is so valuable for the sport in the country from a general perspective, because it gives players these bigger moments, and this is a great example of it. The age differential we're seeing. Dan Rosario brings it down, runs into a little bit of resistance, and can't hold on to it. But a lot of these players, at least 5 years younger than their opponents tonight. And so far, showing out really well through the first quarter hour. DeRoma pings it back. Kosoriense. Rothrock the target. Kitahara can't bring it down. Instead, it's Flores. Juggles that ball, unable to hold on to it long enough. Evans on DeRoma's backside. DeRoma again gets a ricochet, and he commits the foul. Brought the boot up, and that'll certainly warrant a card on Tamir Radovic. Here it is again. See the challenge here from DeRoma, getting that boot all the way up and then making contact. That'll be a yellow card every single time.
The referee issued a yellow card to Defiance player number 34, Frank DeRoma.
This portion of the match is brought to you by your locally owned and operated McDonald's. Download the McDonald's app today, and when the Sounders win, you will win with a free McChicken the following day with $2 minimum purchase only in the app. There's a redirect that'll be picked out of the air by Castro. So Rienzi, excellent ball forward here. Rothrock wins the race, but is turned away by Tabo Nare. Excellent pace between both players. The throw-in will come deep inside of this corner area. And again, poked right back out. Costa Rienzi will have to do it again. But the flag is up, so he will not have to do it again. Free kick on the way here. Oh, what a fascinating start it has been so far for MLS Next Pro here in Season 3. A lot of moving parts at the beginning of the season, as you would expect. Always a fascinating time. Watch the beginning of these seasons, to see these rosters evolve and to see the standings shuffle throughout the year. There will certainly be some ebbs and some flows throughout the year. And we're already starting to see as well some of the former stars of Next Pro make impacts at the first team level. Elenis Vargas of Sporting Kansas City scored his first MLS goal. Third goal of the evening, and a 3-1 win on match day number 6 in MLS. A victory over Toronto FC, 78th minute. Substitute. And a couple shots on target in that one. Players now from MLS Next Pro have signed a first team contract, and that growth continues to be showcased on a day-to-day basis. Rienzi chases. He does win the race against Bombino. Rothrock. Kitahara. Daroma. All the way around it goes. Bell through the middle this time. LAFC. Very compact, very sharp here so far. Goes all the way back. 20th minute of play. Michael Watchering and our crew watching this one with you. Great to have you on board for this matchup. Tacoma and LAFC. Scoreless so far. Trickling ball, Costa Rienzi. Pivots and turns. Lofts one forward. This is an excellent ball. Sukadome scores. What a ball that is. What a great touch it is as well. And for the third time this year, Sukadome finds the net, and Tacoma is off and rolling with a 1-0 lead. What a ball this is from Costa Rienzi. Excellent touch as well, bringing that ball down. LAFC 2 asking for a handball there, but it is an excellent finish in the end from Sukadome. 3 goals already this season. Well, this is what Tacoma does. That is their 10th goal already this season. Last time they scored 1 or fewer goals in a regular season match was August of 2023. And Sukadome already with 3 goals. He was the Golden Boot winner last season in the NPSL with the Dakota Fusion. And he perhaps has his eyes set on a Golden Boot in a second different league with his 3rd goal. 1 off the pace at this early portion of the year. Rothrock the last man to touch it. Gonzalez understands the work that he has to put in with this young group, and what a career it's been for him. Assistant coaching stops in LA with the Galaxy and the Chicago Fire. He's the head coach in the USL Championship with LA Galaxy 2, Houston Dynamo's USL affiliate RGV. He's an assistant to the Seattle Sounders 2, USL Pro League in 2016. Has those relationships still here in the Pacific Northwest. He was officially announced as the head coach of LAFC 2 on February 6, 2024. Said it was a homecoming of sorts for him. Born and raised in LA, has a lot of different roots during his collegiate playing careers, his coaching career as well. Was excited to bring his family home. And it's not just players that have pathways to the top and to make impacts at the first team level. It's coaches as well. We've seen that time and time again already through 2 seasons. And Junior Gonzalez was super excited, having respect for the talent base in this market. It's to be very technical, build through lines, vertical, try to expose space in behind opponents. Understands that they're not going to have the exact same pieces as the first team, but we'll work on building those opportunities for these players to make an impact on the first team side on a match-to-match basis. But a goal behind now. LAFC will have to find a response. Excellent sprint forward here. Kitahara, Rosario, and now Batache. Bouncing ball and a foul whistle. Easy call here. Kitahara was running, thought about going quickly over the top, instead lays it to Daroma. Turner County and Whitecaps 2 have each scored a goal in the opening half hour of their match. St. Louis City 2 continues to lead Timbers 2 1-0. That match closing in on the 70th minute. How does LAFC 2 keep Tacoma off the scoreboard again? Scoring has been prevalent with this group for a long time. Here's a looping ball looking for De Rosario. Stepping out, Tsukunome, the goal scorer. Been a long time since LAFC had possession on their half of the pitch for any extended window of time. This ball trickles in. Rothrock punches. Once again, Tacoma winning that opening 50-50 ball, but finally LAFC gathers. Now, can they take advantage of some possession and alleviate some of the pressure in the back? Bodies tangle up. Di Rosario was asking for a foul. There is no such whistle as he collides with Thomas Musto, and now Musto can turn his attention to a long ball along this left sideline. Darbo brings it down, recycles it to the corner. Cross comes in from Bombino. Second ball gathered in, bodies collide, comes back out. Musto punches across, swings it to the right-hand side. Trying to find space, Musto back on it. Looks to his left, goes back to his right. Hurling cross over everybody here, won't test anybody and trickles out. Started as a promising opening sequence to the build-up. Ends with a ball out of play. This portion of the match is brought to you by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Seattle Sounders FC. Rienzi. It's a fine move. DeRoma slingshots that ball, but it works its way all the way out. Defiance. Chance to pull level with Ventura County tonight in the top slot. A lot of things would have to happen for them to sit in that position, but sitting there right now with 9 points. Vancouver take down Ventura County that have had a busy week. The U.S. Open Cup result to Irvine Zeta. After beating the second team, they fall to the first team and out of the U.S. Open Cup. Irvine Zeta's magical start to their Open Cup run continues. This is better here from LAFC. A chance for them to possess. This is good work. Will it lead to something? It's going to require a cross. Nixon retreats. Still wants it in the middle of the field. Gets it. Bombino. Was trying to find the edge. Could not do so. Now the sprint on. Rothrock hustling forward. Has choices to be made here. Excellent work by LAFC. Not just to get numbers back, but to get them back in droves. Force Tacoma to turn around and restart. Once again, Nixon providing quite the barrier in igniting this attack. Flores sprints to the middle. Plenty of choices in the middle of the park. Excellent ball waited here. It's Radoviz sliding it through. Flores taps it. Their shot comes in, rings the left side of the bar. Nearly an equalizer from Matthew Evans, and it hits the left post. This is such good work here. Flores ensuring that Evans would have a go at it. And it bangs off the bar. Inches away from leveling the terms. Evans swings this ball around. Bodies collide. Castro thought about picking it up. However, the defender gets there first to fly it away. Best sustained pressure so far for LAFC 2. Bombino. This is pass intercepted. A third of the way home in this one. Tacoma leads thanks to a new Sukanome goal in the 20th minute. Defiance looking for another here. Di Rosario, too heavy on this one. Cuts down his angle as well. Just when it looked like the counter was going to be perfect. Instead, Batache tosses it in. Rienzi, too much on that ball, and now reversing fields. It is Darbo. Taken off of it, Kitahara. Excellent footwork through. Can't hold on to it long enough, however. LAFC doing a really good job pinching off some of those seams that Tacoma have been so good at this year at exploiting. This ball chopped along. It trickles out off of Tacoma. Hervé Diese said that one of his assistants, Michael Morris, has this saying: if we stick to principles, it leaves no room for emotions. That's what he answered when he talked about handling the ups and downs at times of MLS Next Pro. Throw the closest target. Romero intervenes. The target of this one, Rienzi sends it back. LAFC 2 with a chance. Darbo lays this ball forward. Bombino circles. Rienzi bumps. is kept in play in the end. Off of the foot here of Rosales. Rothrock trying to take on everybody by himself. It's a magical run from Rothrock. Wants to slam on the brakes with 2 defenders on him. Now he goes down. Wants a penalty. Everybody in the crowd asking for one as well. Instead, it's a corner. Interesting decision making here. Another glance at it. Rothrock, let's see it. Slams on the brake, sprints forward. Well, he definitely didn't get the ball. That certainly looks like that should be a penalty on Nare. Instead, it's out for a corner kick. Rothrock will take this as Tacoma looks to capitalize. Out swinging ball in. Bounced into the air by Sukanome and out. LAFC have an equalizer here in this first half, on the back half of it. Excellent sprint forward here, and having a go from long range. Castro pushes Evans' shot away. Flores was breathing down there. Yet again, Evans has hit the ball well twice around those positions. The post saved the day the first time. This time, it is Castro called into action with a save. Starting to see that youthful exuberance in this LAFC 2 side. Sukanome, who has the goal back in the 20th minute. Wants to build from the back this time. Long ball allows Rothrock to chase. Rothrock shovels it back. Kitahara, Doroma, Rothrock able to find that seam. Albino shuts it down. Ball goes out. Finish your Sunday in style next week when LAFC and Ventura County meet in the City of Angels and battle it out for the bragging rights in the top of the Western Conference table. That'll be a fun one next week. Ball lifted along the sideline. And Rosario is on the back post, but the pass will never reach its target. It slides out. Tache. This is where LAFC able to apply enough pressure. Sent back. Allowed to Tacoma to control the ball. This is where they started that pressure. Spinning around Romero. Comes back Sukanome. Sukanome shoots from distance. Then pass it. Showa gobbles it up cleanly. Ends up out. Stuart Hawkins, 17-year-old. They said has huge potential. Youngest man in the Tacoma starting 11. He's tangled. Prevent Tacoma from coming out of there with it, at least for a moment. Now unleashing things along this left-hand side. Chasing after it is Darbo. Holds it up. Soriensi, however, stronger in that moment. Gathers. Sasha into Roma. Sprinting forward here. Pass bounces away. Musto gets it out before it goes for a corner. Owen bangs around in the box. Patache asking for handballs, both sides. Tight window passing. Rothrock retreats. Let's go Soriensi. Had the assist on the first goal. Nothing on that pass. Bombino easily takes it away. Bombino wants to send his team along now. Flores. There is Hawkins. Fine, mature work defensively from the center back. Sukunome. Sukunome into Roma. 40th minute of play. 20 minutes ago, it was Sukunome scoring. A fine goal. Dribbling skills after a long pass. And Tacoma leads 1-0, looking for their first win in 3 tries against LAFC. Michael Watring and our crew enjoying this one with you here on a Sunday evening, and a foul whistle. There was a lot of physicality early, a couple bookings of Tacoma players, but since then, things have been cleaned up. We've been able to enjoy the beautiful game. Rothrock quickly takes off the free kick. Soriensi. Hawkins. Roma stings it forward. Tashe unable to hold on to it though. Rosales lifts through. Excellent run here. Darbo is in. Darbo shoots. Flores perhaps had a chance to redirect. He had an extra bit of pace to it, but it ends up going wide. Excellent work here. Young Darbo. You can see it again. Maybe not catching that ball as well as he would have liked. Was looking for Flores too in the end. Back on it though. LAFC with the shot advantage in this one, 5-3. Will they be able to pull things level before halftime? 4 minutes or so. Stoppage time remains. Sprinting along that side, Nixon fires it around. Darbo the closest to it. In a white jersey. Rothrock does well there. Continues his run. Deadens that ball. Rock pulling the strings through the middle. Hara the closest target. Romero steps over, looking around, decides to send it away. Tacoma has sights set on another goal before halftime. Pull away from a team that has an average age of less than 19 years of age in terms of minutes played for the season. Coming moments for a young LAFC side. Stick with us at halftime. We'll have an update from the Generation Adidas Cup with Michelle Montaigne. First half highlights and a look at the upcoming Slate Next Pro. Bino turned this one away. Ochoa did not come out. Daroma gets a stick of it. Let's see. The flag is up. Or check that, the card is out. Is shown the yellow card, and you can see that our official Vladimir Stefanovic saying that there were multiple infractions on Radowitz, and he's the first LAFC player to go in the books. Here it is again. Daroma had the angle on this one. Radowitz coming from the backside, getting a shove of Daroma. And perhaps heart sinking for just a moment because Daroma has a yellow himself. A chance for a set piece here for Tacoma Defiance. Natasha. Has his sights set perhaps on making something happen here. Will give way. Rothrock will be the one that pounds it to the back post. And a foul whistled. Bell was the one that won the ball, but did so because of a violation. Into the 45th minute we go here. This portion of the match is brought to you by Puyallup tribe of Indians, a tribe known for being generous and welcoming to all people. Tashe slings it to the back post. Showa snares it. LAFC looks for one more chance to mount an attack. Nixon conducts an engine this time around. Rosales. Radowitz overlapping this time. Darbo. Thought about Bambino. Instead, slides through the middle. Radowitz. Bambino this time. 2 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half. Throw in for LAFC. Awfully precarious position. Never want to throw it backwards like that, and it puts an end to that mount for LAFC, at least for the moment. Romero. Musto goes wide to Nixon. Turn. Still a 1-1 tally between St. Louis and Portland. They wind towards the 90th minute. Timbers have been playing with 10 men in that match. Bell wasting no time there. Sending it all the way out. Ochoa uses his feet to bring this one down. Musto unable to hold on to it. It's a giveaway. Daroma. Batashe bounces it in. Di Rosario the closest. Kitahara knocks it down, but it's right into the pathway of a potential break here for LAFC. Darbo sprints into space. Last chance here in the first half. Radowitz pushes it back. Rosales. Nixon joins the party. Nixon bends it into the box. Flores gets a chest to it. Cannot swing the leg in time. Over to grab it in the end is Castro. There's a good idea here from Nixon. Flores hustling to it, got a chest on it, but the foul committed. And And there's your first half whistle. Tacoma gets the goal in the 20th minute from the team leader with now 3 on the season, Yu Sukunome. And it is the Defiance 1 and LAFC 2 0 at halftime. Our halftime report comes up here after this short break.
Vamos, dale pues, mamá ya, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, pon las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Tacoma Defiance leads 1-0 at halftime. Tuesday, we moved our first MLS Next Pro match to the Generation Adidas Cup site, and lots of the young teams got a taste of pro soccer in person. Michelle Montaigne tells us more from Florida.
Welcome to Bradenton, Florida, home of the Generation Adidas Cup. We have Inter Miami 2 taking on Orlando City B in the first ever professional match at the GA Cup. Plus, with MLS Next Pro being the league of innovation that it is, we are debuting a brand new technology on today's broadcast. For the people watching in the stands here at IMG Academy, well, those GA Cup teams who are here get to see what the opportunity of playing professional soccer looks like at the next level. And for those players in the MLS affiliated academies, well, this is a perfect taste of what is next on this pathway to pro. MLS Next Pro SVP of Operations Ali Curtis shares more on the success of this pathway to pro.
It's just a great opportunity for all these young players to see what the next level is and what the next step is. You know, when you think about the pro player pathway, we've got some players from MLS Next that are on the bench that are playing on the field in Next Pro and then also in MLS. So it's just a great example of development and what needs to happen as the game grows and evolves.
And it's about creating opportunities for these players and for this league to try new things. We were talking earlier about how do we create this into a huge event? You know, does this turn into the kickoff for all of GA Cup? You know, those are the kinds of ideas that we're talking about because these players deserve that platform.
On the other end of that pathway to pro, the Academy kids in the stands, watching the players that they one day hope to be.
Yeah, it's super cool to see where I want to be in the team coming here to play. It's definitely awesome to see and experience that. And even know some of the players, like I get to train with them every day. It really inspires me to watch them like day by day and see where they started and where I'm really in like the same spot. Just got to keep going up.
The amount of competition and energy it brings is absolutely crazy. And we get to see another like area of pro in front of my eyes instead of on TV. It's crazy. Like these kids that are my age they're on the field. and it's crazy how far they've come.
As for the action on the pitch, Alejandro Flores opened scoring in the 22nd minute, and Inter Miami never looked back, posting a 2-goal shutout over in-state rival OCB. Post-game, the man of the match talked about how special this one was.
I'm really excited, you know. It's such an amazing team, and we're just really happy we got the result and taking the 3 points home.
Being back here playing in the Generation Adidas Cup landscape, how is it different this year versus when you played here as an academy kid?
You know, it's really great. You know, definitely bring back memories. You always think about it, about how far you've come, and I guess you just gotta keep going and not looking back.
That's amazing. To be honest, the reason why our staff coach wake up in the morning and go to the club is just for seeing them smiling, you know, all together. It was a 17, the MLS 2. We had today the opportunity to give minutes to Franco Negri and Benjamin Cremaschi, who are first-team players both, and we work as a club. You know, everybody belongs to our club, and it was a special moment to see the club celebrating away against our direct opponent.
A competitive match on the pitch caps off another historic milestone for MLS Next Pro. I'm Michelle Montaigne saying so long from Bradenton. We'll see you soon.
One 0 the advantage for Tacoma at halftime. We'll have those halftime highlights and more on the other side of this break.
All right, MLS store, I need something fresh and clean. Let's see what you got. I need that in my size. It's not like this. Cream on cream. The fit is cold. I'm ice cream. You like that?
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Tacoma leads 1-0 at halftime, looking for its first win in its third try here against LAFC. Let's take a look at our first half highlights as we take a look at the first half highlights and this match so far here today. Tacoma gave the ball away here in the 3rd minute, and this was our first shot of the game. Leonardo Flores just whistling one wide left. Pretty good chance here, but in the 20th minute, Tacoma broke through. Kosa Rienzi picked out Yusukanome. He was able to glide around the keeper and shovel one home for the goal. And that kick-started our scoring tonight, and that'd be the only goal that we saw in the opening 45 minutes coming in the 20th minute. LAFC started to build some chances here. This was great patience coming in the 30th minute. Evans rings the post. Just missed it wide left. And then at the end of the first half, a corner kick whipping around here. And then Yusukanome flops over the top of the crossbar. LAFC 2, one more chance here before halftime. It will be a long shot from Evans Flores couldn't quite link up to that ball as it gets shoveled to the side. And they continued to build along this left-hand side. This time it was Darboh, 41st minute, throwing one through. Flores, the closest man to it, to try to redirect it on frame. And then right at the end of the first half, in stoppage time, Rothrock's cross would take a bounce out and go out. And then the final first half moment of this one, Nixon skies one in. Flores brought it down, but handled in the end by Castro to put an end to our first half of play. And here's how the opening half statistics look here in this matchup. 4 shots to 3 in favor of LAFC. They've had a little bit more of the possession, has Tacoma, in this match, and they have the goal, of course, as well. A couple early yellow cards, but outside of that, a pretty clean overall opening 45 minutes of play. Tacoma with a 1-0 lead at halftime. We'll take a look at what's ahead in MLS Next Pro after one last halftime break. 1-0. Tacoma leads it over LAFC 2 here at halftime in Washington.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza y sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete. Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza y sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Two teams flying out of the gates in the third season of MLS Next Pro, squaring off on this Sunday evening in Washington. And it's Tacoma with a 1-0 advantage over LAFC 2, the second-place team, entering this fourth match week of Next Pro's season. What's upcoming and what do things look like so far? As you take a look at what happened last week, that we mentioned that showcase, Inter Miami 2 getting a 2-0 win, and then it was quite the PK shootout last night between North Texas and the Town. North Texas coming out with a win, and then action continues on Wednesday night. FC Cincinnati 2 and New England Revolution kick things off on a triple header on Wednesday. Thursday, it's an afternoon affair. Philly Union 2 and Orlando City B at 4 p.m. Friday night, the reigning champs, Austin FC 2, gets St. Louis City 2 at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's 6 p.m. Pacific. And then on Saturday, Chattanooga and Inter Miami and Huntsville and Crown Legacy get their opportunities among the schedule that we see coming up during this upcoming week in MLS Next Pro. Always fun to see how these matchups play out and how these teams maneuver up and down the standings. And at this point in the season, you take a look at what Tacoma has coming up. They'll play on the road at North Texas next weekend, and then back at home for the next two before a 4-match road swing after that. So things will be a challenge from that point forward. Meanwhile, LAFC 2 will be back at home for the next 2 and 3 of the next 4 overall, starting next Sunday with Ventura County at 7 p.m. Getting everything settled in here for the second half of play between Tacoma and LAFC 2, and here we go. Second half has begun. Michael Watrang and our crew guiding you through this Sunday evening of action here in the Pacific Northwest. Does Tacoma pull away? Does LAFC find an equalizer? We're going to find out in the second 45 minutes. If you're just tuning in, it is a very young LAFC group, 7 teenagers in the starting 11, versus a Tacoma side that has a little bit more pedigree. Several of its players either played collegiately for several years or played professionally for a while. Here's a long ball. Di Rosario the target. Ochoa comes out to pick it up. The goalkeeping position is where the experience lies for LAFC. Abraham Romero not available tonight, 26 years of age. He's the oldest man on the roster by a steady margin. Ochoa starting tonight, he's 23. And Junior Gonzalez talked about the value of having not just 2 experienced goalkeepers, but 2 goalkeepers that have great quality, great skill sets that can guide this young core of players that sit in front of them. And the experience that they can lead to show by example. And he mentioned the fact that it's not even just the fact that they're young and trying to learn on the field, but it's also some of those ins and outs that you have to learn about. How do you travel, long distances? Some of these players might travel with their academy side or, before that, where you play a bunch of games in a weekend and hang out. You have to understand how to manage your minutes, manage your time, understand the nutrition aspect of things. And even that, understanding how to pack your bags as well and travel for just a couple day quick little trip. Valuable. Taking advantage of those minutes that you get. And you have to be impressed when you watch this team on the field. They're so organized, crisp, solid. Flags up here. Flores offside. Ultimately, in the end, Gonzalez understands that one of the biggest things that he has to work on with this team and defining its success is ensuring that these players are ready and able to make an impact in MLS. And admitted as much that it's a bit of a different mindset for him. This ball feathered through. Excellent defensive work by Nare to send it away. It is a throw. After all the stress that he had been in, trying to find winning results on a day-to-day basis by being with first teams. Now being in the next pro side, but did mention, how do we teach them to be winners? Flags up here for offside. Knows that week in and week out, typically they would be playing against teams that are older, more experienced. But one of the things that he loves about LAFC from a general standpoint is a lot of these players have been in the black and gold since 12, 13 years of age by playing within the academy and some of those younger groups. Playing on the front foot here in the first few minutes. Punching at this one is Castro, or Ochoa rather. He eventually tracks it down. Pretty good work there by Ochoa, showing the ability. He was introduced to the sport by his father, also a goalkeeper. It's pretty obvious right now for what Tacoma's trying to do, and that is to try to get this second goal. Diaz told me that he wants to see his team find control of this team. Really respecting their opponent, but wants to score goals, wants to have as much control as possible. He mentioned the phrase refined aggression. Of course, there's going to be the passion and the motivation after the Ventura County matchup. Here's a shot from DeRoma that whistles wide. Already playing as the aggressor here in half number 2, 5 minutes in. Musto. Nixon. Romero. Spinome controlled for 1 second. Nixon grabs it right back. Nixon's been an impact player, 18-year-old. From LA. Ochoa's chased by Di Rosario. Flores comes back to get it. What is LAFC? Build here. Through the middle, Musto. Rosales. Nixon. Canahora intervenes. So the target is able to keep it in place. Sukanome needs to go back in that direction in an attempt to get Darbo off his back. Offside flag up. Last season LAFC winless in its first 7. Didn't win their first match of the year until May 21st. They only won multiple games in a row. Just one time. And that came in September with 2-1 wins over Ventura County and Portland 4-0. Looking to reinvent themselves this season. It's a good turn here from Flores. Flores shoots! Slices it wide right in the end, but that is the second time already that Flores has found himself in a dangerous location. Off of the restart, Ochoa aggressive, denies that opportunity over the top. Once again, building Musto. Evans, who hit a post in that opening 45. Rosales, the 17-year-old, throws it backwards. All right. Gives it over to Romero, another 17-year-old. It's beyond their years, this LAFC side. Radovitz curls it around, not wasting any time. Castro. Back to that last look. Look at this turn from Flores against Bell. Hit it well in the end, too. Keep it on frame. Roma accelerates. Passes to himself in the end with Sukanome over pursuing. Now LAFC, he gets some numbers forward. Radovitz. Musto gives way. Evans lays it off. Flores never got a touch on it. Goal kick in the end. Flores perhaps a tad indecisive in that sequence. Here's a good turn. Latashe sends it over. Rothrock tries to give it right back to where it started. Canceled out in the end. Daroma. Latashe. Flores. Can he step on the gas? Turn on the afterburners. Waits for some help. Flores goes back heel. Hawkins slides it away. Hawkins gets it back as it's rescued on that far sideline. Tacoma does well defensively to shut down that break. And now starts one of their own. Kitahara, a lengthy run. Sousa, back for Kitahara. Sukanome! Wide right this time around. Not by much either. Had eyes for a second. Rosario was standing right there, and it just missed that right side of the cage. They said that a successful day today would be goal scoring. Wants to play at that high octane level. Given up 8 goals this year, the second most in the league. The players had time to reflect on their processes last week, giving up 5 to Ventura County. Understanding that perhaps there were some moments they could have been cleaner from an individual perspective. As much as they want to score goals, perhaps today a clean sheet will be more gratifying. LAFC has thoughts on something else. Evans holds on to it on the touchline. Falls as he spins. Tacoma breaks. Rosario looks around. Away in the end. Taken by the black and gold. Evans hustles. He will latch on. The flag is up here for offside. It just feels like right now LAFC is teetering perhaps on an opportunity. This portion of the match is brought to you by Regions Blue Shield. Together, we help. Tacoma continues to lead 1-0. Sukunome's goal in the 20th minute is the difference right now. Flores taps it back. Kitahara takes it away. Daroma studies. Takes out Batashe. Rosario stumbles. There is no foul whistle there, despite some clamoring for a penalty. Probably not enough in the end. Blow the whistle. DSA said that there's always room to grow. You're never going to have a perfect performance. Wants his players to be human as well. And admitted that they haven't had a clean sheet yet. Had a lot of chances, but haven't scored enough goals to convert at a high percentage that he wants. Even though they defended poorly last week, thought they could have won the game. Bell wins the race here. Sweeps it away from Darbo. Does go out for a corner in the end as we wind towards the 60th minute. As LAFC hit the equalizer. There's a hooking ball in. It is one on the back post. It hits the left post again. Second time it's the left post that keeps LAFC off the scoreboard. Nixon flies it in. The woodwork has been unkind to LAFC. Darboe unable to get a flick on this one. Castro cycles it forward, wanting to run. Sousa gallops, keeps it in play along the chalk against Nixon. Sousa denied in the end. Fine work by Romero. Sukunome pushes against Radovitz. Rosales. End to end we go. Both sides looking for a goal here in the second half. Musto looks for Flores. Hawkins again. Let's go back to that set piece, that last one. Darboe gets the initial flick. The header rattles the left pipe in the end. Another corner, this time from the other side. High arcing bender. Flores back into the mixer. FC selling out, looking for an equalizer. Back spinning ball to the back post. Sousa aids it along. Corner kick yet again. The attacking onslaught of the black and gold persists. Will it lead to an equalizer? The box. This one goes and it takes a ricochet off of Di Rosario. Let's take another look at this. That ball nearly found the corner, and fortunately, in the end, it is handled by Tacoma to push that one away and maintain the clean sheet. Jevin Romero gets booked. Here's this corner kick again. They go near post. That's where they've done their damage. Flores tracks back to it after getting a header on it. It's Jevin Romero that picks up the yellow for LAFC. Here's a shot. And what a leaping stop that is by Castro. Darboe has to switch fields. Out, Evans. Here's another look at that. What a shot this one was. Radovitz giving it a go. Castro in the end getting enough over there to push it away out of harm's way. LAFC continues to knock, drawing a foul, setting up a free kick. Tacoma cannot clear its lines right now. All eyes on the Defiance. Looking to snatch 3 points away from LAFC for the first time. The black and gold certainly have something to say for it now. This set piece work. It's a good ball in, flicked by Flores. Yet again, Castro in the right place at the right time. Flores has been dangerous. He has been chiseling away at this back line, waiting for the ground to give way. Goal to be had. Giveaway in a precarious spot. Musto thought about unleashing a shot. Instead, it's tackled off the ball by Kosariense, who has the assist in this match. To Sukunome in the 20th minute. The goal for Tacoma that continues to hold up.
We have 3 substitutions for the Defiance.
Tacoma's making a couple changes.
Our 3 players, first number 95, Osate de Rosario, number 14, Paul Rothrock, and number 15, Jonathan Bell. Coming in is number 81,
So Tacoma makes 3 changes in that pass. Gio Miglietti enters the contest. He joins Sebastian Gomez. As well. Sousa chases this one down against Nixon, and Nixon sweeps it away. Tino Lopez is the 3rd member on as they replace Di Rosario. Rothrock, Bell. Soriense hides it forward. Tacoma looks for the answer. This one comes back. Sukunome! Ochoa denies.
And the 3rd substitution for the Defiance was number 35.
It's a Yu Sukunome rocket. Ochoa, so good there. Here's this ball into the 18. Sukunome once more. Yet again. Ochoa doing his job. Here's the attack building now. Radovic slings it over. Flores pounds it through the middle. Rosales, Darbo congested there at the top of the 18. We get a whistle with the man down behind the play. He's wearing white. That's Darbo. Down. It's been a good attacking performance from LA. 5 shots here in the last about 15 minutes or so. Haven't been able to beat Jacob Castro, who has bounced back strong. In his college career at Washington, transferred to San Diego State, originally from Tacoma, Washington. 24-year-old goalkeeper. Gave up 5 last week to Ventura County, that high-flying attack. That leads Whitecaps 2-1 in the 66th minute. It's from VV at an own goal. Where the tallies come from in that match. It'll be Ventura County and LAFC 2 to cap off the week next week.
We have a visiting team substitution for LAFC 2. Leaving the pitch is number 55, Bajum Darbo.
So Darbo's shift will indeed come to a close. And Aiden Martin replaces him on the pitch. 18-year-old forward. Has been in this academy for a little bit. Darbo comes off. Let's see how Martin performs on the field now with about 20 minutes or so left to try to find an equalizer. Evans brings it down. Evans eludes, uses the right foot here, just over the outstretched noggin of Flores, and trickles out in the end for a goal kick. I'll tell you what, Flores has been such a dangerous piece and an asset for LAFC's attack. The only thing missing for Flores is a goal. Had 6 in 10 appearances last year. Scored 6 times in 734 minutes. Here's Evans once more. Musto was the intended target. He does end up getting it. Continues along the run, along that left-hand side. Evans retreats to fire it back here for Romero. Everybody resets. 70th minute of play. Tacoma leads LAFC 1-0. Two of the top 3 teams in the West. MLS Next Pro. Michael Watring and our crew fastening our seatbelts for the stretch run of this one. Here's this ball in. Again, Flores the target. Evans had a chance at it. Bounces around and comes to Tsukunome. Finish your Sunday in style next week when LAFC and Ventura County meet in the City of Angels and battle it out at the top of the Western Conference table. That is April 14th, next Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Castro, Flores, so much pressure that he's providing. Long ball unleashing Miglietti here. Able to twirl around to it, hold it up, fall down, and win a free kick. And that's what Tacoma needs right now. It's been an impressive performance by LAFC. Tacoma has not scored less than 2 goals in a regular season match since August 13th. And they lost 3-1 against Colorado Rapids 2. They've put up multiple goals in 10 of the last 11. 32 total in that stretch. The only blip was the Eastern Conference semis, a 1-0 loss to Austin. Miglietti the target of that pass. Romero calmly collects it, gives it away though. Once again, it's pedaled through the middle. Gomez. Miglietti was the target. It trickles out harmlessly after all that build. Quickly down the field, this ball ends up, and a foul is given. Even though Tacoma was winning the ball, Flores goes down, and a foul whistled. It is again. Look at Flores trying to hold it up. Interesting. There wasn't a ton there ultimately. I don't think, at least. Here we go. Restarting things.
Wait, Karen, what time is it?
This portion of the match is brought to you by the Western Washington Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Evans turns. Brings it off for Bombino. Difference this has been. This has been a Tacoma side that has been so good in its attack. LAFC continuing to hold on to possession. They've held the ball for about 63% of the time here in this second half. They've hit the left post twice, once in each half. Castro has come up with a couple clutch stops as well. Soriense. Pretty good work there to get the ball out of harm's way. Miglietti can't hold on to it.
Here, look at this. Here, look at this.
Nero. Tsukunome, the goal scorer, shovels it back. Rosales shovels it forward. Flores the target. Hawkins takes care of it. Not done yet though on this pass for LAFC. Nixon turns a corner for a moment. Back Romero. LAFC preparing a couple changes at the next stoppage. All right, all the way across for Nixon. Sousa pokes it away. will get those changes now.
For the visiting team, LAFC 2.
It's DeCarlo Guerra entering the match along with
Number 48, Camille Rodriguez.
Matthias Wanchope.
Is number 60, Matias Wanchope, and number 46, Ricardo Guerra.
So Musto comes out, as well as Radovitz. Radovitz had a yellow card, so it makes sense to get him out. But two 16-year-olds walk onto the field now for LAFC too. Those two perform here down the stretch. This is part of that winning mindset that Junior Gonzalez was talking about.
Entering number 80, Chris Aquino.
Tacoma also made a change, tidying that up. Sukanome, who has scored the goal in this match, sees his shift come to a close, and it is Christopher Aquino coming in. Here's a turn. Sousa. Sousa measures. Sousa shoots. Ochoa climbs the ladder and blocks it away. Well, one of the better chances that Tacoma have had. And Ochoa, so strong, manning his box. Both goalkeepers put together fine performances here tonight. Can Tacoma get a second? They've been under a great deal of stress. Anxious moments for the Defiance, looking to get back on the winning track after falling 5-2 to Ventura County last week. Here is Aquino. Newest substitution, funneling it through. It's taken right back over from Kitahara. Hawkins. Sousa. Hawkins goes right back for DeRoma. Sousa. Foul. Gonzalez takes the contact. LAFC 2 looking to make it a fourth consecutive unbeaten match to begin the season. Nixon pushes it through. Evans the target. Trickles out for corner kick, and Evans will take this opportunity. The youngest team in MLS Next Pro. Looking for the equalizer. Evans cannot clear that first line. That consistent near post runs that have provided so much difficulty for Tacoma. No foul given initially, and now the whistle does come after a bit of some research. Sebastian Gomez, who's the youngest man on the field, despite the fact that LAFC consistently has teenagers. Gomez at 15 years of age commits this foul against Nixon. So let's see how Evans does. Does he want to hook the ball around the wall? Does he want an overlapping run from Nixon, who's walked over? '79th minute. Evans runs up. Evans curls. Ends up over the top of the crossbar. Evans had a couple good chances in the opening 40 minutes of this match. Always had eyes for goals in this moment. Could not finish. 1-0. Tacoma's lead continues to hold up from the 20th minute goal from Sukanome. as he was able to work around Ochoa. Here's a poor giveaway in a tough spot. Leads to a corner kick. That was nearly a catastrophic moment for Tacoma's back line. But Evans will get another corner here out of this moment. It'll be the 8th of the match. So many set piece opportunities. These are part of those moments in progression that coaches want to see. Evans steps to it, and again goes near post. Gomez fires it away. Frustration in this LAFC group continues. Hit the post twice. They've outshot Tacoma nearly 2-1 overall on the day. To the final 10 minutes we go here in Washington. Michael Watrang with you, ready for the roller coaster of the stretch run of this match.
We have a home team substitution.
Tacoma makes another change. Patache is coming out, and Snyder Brunel, another highly touted prospect, 16 years of age, comes onto the field. Brunel had 16 appearances a year ago. The midfielder from Kirkland, Washington, has great upside. Replaces the team captain, Patache. Each team has an expected goals of 1.27. So that means that both sides have created their chances. This portion of the match is brought to you by Umpqua Bank. Here's Flores. Tries to cut it back, nearly stumbled. Gomez has it bounce off of his shins. Salas tosses. Looking at LAFC, they have just 2 more. No, check that. 3 more field players. Javier Hernandez, Jude Terry, and James Lane. 4 and 2 midfielders out of that group. Here's one, Jope. Evans tries to find the angle. Bounces it off of a defender and gets another go at a corner kick. It'll be the 9th time. Be the charm. Every corner kick that Evans has taken today has gone near post. A couple have provided issues. Let's change things up here. Evans does go into the back post. Flores knocks it down. Castro will waste some time. Hold on to this one. Gonzalez said that the goals for this weekend, wanted to see his team compete, create chances, limit the opponent's chances. Check all of those boxes. Collective performance wants to showcase that they're organized, playing within the system, and the work rate is there. I think that all of that stuff would be passing grades for his group. The question is, can they find the net? Chope continues his run as he passes it wide. Tacoma looking to win a match in a different way. Pedaling here is the central defender, Romero. Guerra. It's the ricochet on it. Bounces out in the end. Tacoma has not won a 1-0 match since they did so in back-to-back contests on June 25th against Austin 2, and July 2nd against Houston Dynamo. Is that the difference tonight with 6 minutes or so plus stoppage time to go? It's been a second half onslaught from LAFC, 8 shots to 4 here in the second 45, but they have not been able to score so far. And one more goal from Tacoma could be the nail. Here's a run, a rare counterattack for Tacoma. DeRoma waits. Sousa, well-timed slide tackle. Gomez unable to turn the corner. Romero can't hold on to it. Gomez back on it. Bodies collide and a foul given against Kitahara. That's the closest to it. Pass offline. 5 minutes plus stoppage time remains. Last year, 2 really good matches between these two teams. A 1-1 draw in May, a 2-1 LAFC 2 win in late July. Late July matchup. Saw Radovic score the game winner in the 57th minute after Aquino had equalized in the 27th. Similar late match drama in this one, and a 1-goal differential. Gomez, ball hangs on the chalk. It does just trickle out. Didn't look like it did initially, at least from our angle. Tacoma will gladly accept any of those moments. Here's a giveaway. Spinning and falling to the ground was Brunel. Opens things up. Flores with the flag down. Has choices to make here. Flores whips it around. Hawkins so steady. Mature beyond his years. Guides that one away. Brunel commits the foul. Plenty wins in the holster for Tacoma over the last 2 seasons. This one come in regulation. Nixon hustles toward the corner flag. Pounds this one all the way across. It hangs on the touchline. Also Rienzi fires it away. Guerra splits 2 defenders. Nixon touches it down, pushes it through to the dot. Brunel steps over, pushes it away. Wanchope through the 18-yard box, all the way through the 6, and it trickles out in the end quietly for a goal kick. And who was the man in the center yet again? Flores, number 39 in white. Just could not quite get to it in time. Redirected on target. Leonardo Flores, 20 years of age. 12-month loan from the Liga MX team of Tigres. Started that loan in July. He's a high-volume goal scorer a season ago. 2 minutes plus added time remains. Wanchope. Here's Rosales. Nixon swoops at it. Pulls away. Ball to the left sideline. How many more chances will LAFC get? Flores. Nixon not track it down. It allows Tacoma to take some time off of the clock. Defiance has given up 14 goals in his last 5 regular season matches. They haven't had a clean sheet since September 15th when they won at Real Monarchs 3-0. Brunel's pass off target. Tacoma is down. Doesn't stop the play from going forward. Galloping after this one, Martin. Canceled out in the end by Lopez. But it is a corner. Oncoming here for LAFC 2. A 10th go at it from the corner flag. The 17-year-old Evans hoping for the Midas touch here. Not before we'll have a chat inside of the box. Romero and Hawkins, two 17-year-olds. Get a quick chat. Evans strides. Whips this one, and again, cannot beat the first man. Second ball in. Shoveled away. And whistle the flag up here for offside. 3 minutes of stoppage time in this one. Jacob Castro looking for his first clean sheet of the year. Gomez comes out of the pack with it. Gomez slings it in. Brunel sends it wide, and what a strike that is! Christopher Aquino clinches the 3 points. Shredding the strings from outside of the box. Tacoma seals the win with Aquino's blistering shot, his second in his career. Look at the work, initially from Gomez. Brunel sends it over, and time and space for Aquino. And Ochoa, who's been so good tonight, cannot stop that one. And Aquino scored last season against LAFC 2. He scores his second against the same club. Today, it'll be a winner to seal the deal. Aquino, 17 years of age, from Pasco, Washington. He's with the U.S. U17 team at the CONCACAF Championships in Guatemala. And took home the runner-up tally in that one. Bodies get tangled up and a foul given against LAFC in Guerra. Well, the streak continues. 11 of the last 12 now for Tacoma, with multiple goals in a match, and will likely be their 8th win. Only time Tacoma has not scored multiple goals in a match over their last 12 was in the Western semifinals, a loss 1-0 to Austin. The fellow Lone Star State team that'll be next on the docket for Tacoma. To North Texas. Yellow card showed to Tambo Nare. +4 for him. Well, Tacoma can watch this thing all the way out now. No real need to even push this ball into the box. Just waiting for the final whistle now. Miglietti. It's it up long enough. Ball goes out for a throw. That's 4 minutes of stoppage time now on the minimum 3. And there's your full-time whistle. Tacoma back in the win column. And for the first time this season, LAFC 2 has a loss, as the Defiance get a first-half goal from Yu Sukanome and a second-half stoppage time clincher from Christopher Aquino. And what a performance it was from Tacoma. They weathered the second-half storm against LAFC 2, and they walk out of this one with a victory. Tonight's man of the match is the 17-year-old Christopher Aquino from Tacoma Defiance, presented by Adidas. What a goal this one is. One for the reels, flying it into the left side of the net and scoring for the second time in his career. Both have come against LAFC 2, and the winner here in this one as he celebrates the goal that clinches the full complement of points and gets Tacoma back into the second slot. Ventura County continues to lead in their match, so they would need a comeback for Tacoma to sit at the top of the table in the West entering next week's matches. But that wraps up our coverage here as Tacoma wins it 2-0 for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew. I'm Michael Watreng. Or once again, our final score is Tacoma 2, LAFC 0. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long and MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. We'll talk to you again next week. Tacoma wins it 2-0. Thanks so much for watching. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.